Notwithstanding the communist Chinese, and of course, your Freedom Watch has a class action lawsuit which we filed against the communist Chinese to pay the tremendous damage that's being done to our country health-wise and economically. As of this morning, the stock market is into the 18,000s and sinking faster than Iraq. And I mean Iraq, R-O-C-K, not Iraq. That would be ironic as well. But we also have a situation where, of course, as usual, Congress can't agree on any kind of aid package, assuming that aid package is really something that should be done. Because frankly, this is bankrupting the country. It's way too far. The president, well-intentioned, however, is listening to aides. He's trying to buy an election. You can't do that. This country is going to be put under economically, if not health-wise. But my biggest issue here, notwithstanding the Chinese and our class action lawsuit, and I hope people will join it, go to freedomwatchusa.org. Already, we've got well over 300 people who have joined that lawsuit as plaintiffs. More to come are the cable networks. And the worst of the cable networks, of course, I've always been critical of Fox because they don't report the hard news. They report whatever boosts their profits and ratings, is the chart that they have continuously on television, which shows people when they die. They add one more person to the death. They're scaring the heck out of people. They're driving this country into an absolute depression, and they're making money hand over fist. If you have to declare anybody the biggest whore on TV, I don't mean sexually, but otherwise, I would have to say it's Fox News. Not only the misinformation that they provide, but also the way they're handling this thing. They're reaping the profits hand over fist. CNN, MSNBC, ideologically, I don't agree with them, even more than I don't agree with Fox, but I don't see that chart up there, and this is unbelievable. Turn it on, see what I'm talking about. They're scaling the hell out of people to make money. Now, today, we're taking it another step. Our so-called government did not respond to our Freedom of Information Act request on the origins of this Chinese virus. We have reason to believe that it was a bioweapons facility in Wuhan, China, where it accidentally escaped and contaminated not just that Chinese city, which was in lockdown, but China and the rest of the world, and in particular now the United States. So we're filing that Freedom of Information Act request. We're going to push hard to get answers. We're doing that. This is the proper use of the Freedom of Information Act. Not just to get documents, but to use them as evidence in hard-hitting cases. And that's the difference between your Freedom Watch and other public interest groups, including the one that I founded. We'll bring the hard-hitting cases. You know, it's funny. It's not funny. It's sad. But the left has tried to downplay our class action in Dallas, Texas. And they're declaring that they know the cause of the coronavirus, of COVID-19. They're saying, oh, we just came out of a Chinese market. Well, you know what? Their reflexive reaction to anything that a conservative group like Freedom Watch does is laughable, and they have to put it down. And this is part of the problem. The left in this country is frankly a bigger threat, along with the media, than the coronavirus. And it's time for the president to sober up. He cannot try to match Freudian slip. Andrew Cuomo, governor of New York, his father was Mario. And you can't try to match Gavin Newsom out there in California. All these politicians are running for the exits, trying to cover their rear ends because every other politician in this country is scaring the hell out of people. Well, yes, this is a serious issue, but it's not as serious as they're trying to make it for their political gain or for profit. And that's the lesson for today. Do something. Turn off the TV. Yeah, get the news, see what's going on, digest it, take it with a grain of salt, but turn off the cables and go to freedomwatchusa.org and support our class action lawsuit to get China to pay for the damage. The U.S. taxpayer should not have to do it, and to get to the root cause of this so we can get some sanity out there in terms of understanding the root cause. And only when you know the cause can you get a cure. Now, share this podcast. You'll find it at freedomwatchusa.org, at Spotify, at iTunes, at Patreon, at Amazon Fire, at Roku, Facebook, Twitter. Share it far and wide, because you are getting the truth from me. At least when I don't know something, I'll say I don't know it, and that's why we're pushing so hard. to get information. I want to God bless you and your family. Stay safe. Don't panic. Stay cool. Stay calm. Hold those guilty accountable, which is China. I was very disappointed to hear the president praise President Xi. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. See the column I wrote last week at WND.com. This is not somebody who is telling the American people the truth, and the president does not deserve to give them any respect. They are the cause for this. The Chinese people are good people, but the government over there in China is evil. So share the podcast. Go to freedomwatchusa.org. Contribute to our cause with tax-deductible contributions. We're going to have to retain lawyers throughout this country. Already we've got over 300 plaintiffs. We're going to have thousands by the time this thing's done, if not hundreds of thousands. And stay safe. And thank you for listening to me. I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of our special podcast, Special Prosecutor with Larry Klayman.
Step up to the new standard at Ram Truck Month, and you'll see why a Ram is more than you ever thought a truck could be. Well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Ram 1500 Classic Warlock Quad Cab 4x2 for $179 a month for 24 months with $2,079 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. Call 1-877-RAM-5722 for details. Requires dealer contribution at lease through Ally. Current lease must end by 3/31/2021. Extra charge for miles over 20,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery from dealer stock by 3/31/2020.